In this trailer, I found out why Peter's eyes went dark, how he got his powers back under control, and why everyone ended up so devastated. If you've watched the trailer for Spider-Man: A New Day Part 2 and want us to break it down frame by frame, watch the video all the way to the end. Hello everyone, it's MACROICE with you. In today's video, we're presenting the second trailer for Spider-Man Part 4. We'll go through it frame by frame, analyzing every hidden detail, hint, and how Tom Holland's fourth movie will turn out. It all started with a fight with Scorpion. Michael Mando, aka McGargan, is finally back after his scene in Homecoming. He's now got a state-of-the-art Scorpion suit, but take note, this isn't just any ordinary fight. Peter whacked Scorpion into a car, just like the Hulk. You can see he went totally wild. Check out Peter's dark eyes. You can see the police car lights reflected in them, so maybe he put the cop in that situation. He feels it too, as a regular Peter wouldn't do something like that. That's the important part. It's not just about losing control of his power, and Peter himself was scared of that power, like the perfect Spider-Man in the comics. He's got a lot of power, but he can't control it. The next big detail, the web shooters. In each of Tom Holland's movies, they've changed, and this time the mechanical web shooters break, and a living organic web starts coming out of his wrist, like his body is rejecting something foreign. This brings us closer to Tobey Maguire's version, which also had organic webs. Actually, James Cameron came up with this idea. Then Sam Raimi used it in his movie. The goal was to show Spider-Man going through puberty. Tom Holland calls it spider puberty, and asked the director to include it in this movie. But it's not just about puberty. Peter's density is changing. Slowly, he's turning into a spider and starting to look like a mutant. And this is a secret. There might be battle preparations, so take a closer look. Peter is at home keeping up with Ned and MJ's social media posts. Ned's Instagram name is The Grateful Ned42. This number 42 is no coincidence. It refers to three things. First, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Second, Jackie Robinson's jersey number. And most importantly, it's the universe of Miles Morales in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie, specifically Earth. It's crucial that Kevin Feige has decided not to introduce a live-action Miles Morales into the MCU in 2027 because Spider-Man hasn't explored beyond his universe yet. Meanwhile, Tom Holland has said he'll be mentoring Miles Morales and Gwen, implying this movie is going to be a bridge to the future. Peter needs to see a doctor because of his DNA issue. There's no Connors, no Richards, but there's one person who knows about the mutation, Bruce Banner. Peter is wearing an Empire State University cap. That's where Banner teaches. Banner showed him a black gadget for controlling gamma radiation. It says the gamma suppressor is active. It's a device that suppresses gamma radiation in people's blood. And here's the key word, mutation. This use of the word in the MCU, it shows that a new world for mutants is slowly coming into being. Peter might be asking for the same device to suppress a growing mutation within himself. Empire magazine Images even state it produces anti-gamma types. Tremel Tillman plays the head of damage control. Subtitles confirm the character's name is William Metzger. In the comics, Metzger is a true villain against mutants. He uses his agent to create the perfect weapon against mutants. Ultimately, Magnet throws him into space. In the movie, he works under damage control, but his goal is to hunt those mutants, and this creates the risk of repeating a similar plot away from home. Peter first believes in damage control, then realizes he is actually the victim, meaning Peter is on the verge of being deceived again, but this time by damage control instead of Mysterio. Peter even received the key to the city, meaning he became an ally of the organization. In the trailer, the Hulk is green, but in the leaked version, he was grey. In the toys, he appears sometimes green, sometimes grey. Something interesting happened in a conversation with the actors. When the Hulk was mentioned as green, Zendaya suddenly asked if it was really like that. Jacob Batalon said there were other colors as well, but Tom Holland said, I didn't say that, they said it, which almost confirms the grey Hulk. Interestingly, in the very first Incredible Hulk comic from 1962, Stan Lee wanted to make him grey, but the printing technology of that period couldn't produce pure grey, so they made him green. So grey is actually the Hulk's original color. The grey Hulk is Joe Fixit, who can speak but whose morals are corrupt. In the movie, Bruce Banner first holds himself back, then turns into a grey Hulk. And the best part is, the wild Hulk we love is back. Not the polite, smart one with glasses. Now, as the mysterious woman Gingrey Sadie Sink showed in the first trailer that she could jump from one mind to another. It's the same here. Spider-Man knows he's actually Peter Parker. Even though no one knows it after Strange's spell, the simplest explanation is he's just Peter. After reading his thoughts and learning about MG, his powers aren't pink or colorful, but are instead more blue and transparent, like the power of a liquid web or the spider sense aesthetic in the Far From Home movie. It freezes people, but not the whole city, just within a certain radius, which is why Frank Castle and the dog didn't freeze. Pay attention to this. He can't be influenced by the power, and you're the only one who can sense him.
You're the only one who's immune to it. You're the only one who can sense it.
The controller chief tells Peter that he's immune to Sehar, but in the trailer, Frank Castle isn't frozen either. So there's something about the Punisher too. Jean Grey is trapped by damage control in a bottle, which means Peter definitely needs to save him for him to be free. Ned tried to figure out who Spider-Man is. He remembers working with Spider-Man but can't remember his face under the mask. He created an app called Spider Tracer with evidence hanging on the wall. Male, 18. A 25-year-old fair-skinned guy with a Queen's accent that first showed up in 2026. And the internet even pegged Spider-Man's height at about 170 centimeters. Peter Parker is actually 173 centimeters tall. There are also some false trails, like an article about parkour athlete Carlos Rodriguez, but this time his friends won't easily find Peter. The movie is exactly about what Peter wanted to tell his friends for 4 years, but mentally couldn't. This is a different Peter, not that carefree kid. The slow-mo scenes in the trailer aren't just for show. Each one is clearly copied from a comic book cover. The tarantula scene is from the 1974 Amazing Spider-Man issue 434. The boomerang scene is from the 1991 Amazing Spider-Man issue 345. And the scene of rescuing the man in the green suit is from 1962's Amazing Fantasy issue 15, which is Spider-Man's very first appearance in comics. The most challenging jump against Zexant conflicts took 65 takes, which is similar to the 2012 Avengers Spider-Man issue 6. However, in that comic, Peter had the Punisher and Daredevil with him, so it's possible they intentionally removed Daredevil from these scenes for marketing reasons. At the end of the trailer, Peter fights the Zehen clan in prison, and with blood on his face and his black eyes showing, it looks almost like a horror movie. You can see the Block C sign in the scene. In the comic, there's a storyline called Block D, where Daredevil is in prison and the Punisher helps him. This storyline started getting adapted in Daredevil Rebirth. At the end of Rebirth's second season, Daredevil ends up in prison, so Peter might have come to get him out. What the hand ninjas are doing there is still unknown. Marvel left it deliberately as a mystery. Another detail, the interface inside the suit is so simple, it detects gamma radiation and calculates its trajectory in real time. Most intriguingly, the device tracks the gamma energy in the bodies controlled by Jean Grey, revealing which person this power transfers from and to. There's no trace of Stark tech. Peter built it himself from the ground up. In a nutshell, the reason Peter's eyes go dark is that he's still in control. And his powers come naturally because his DNA is changing. He's turning into a mutant, an Omega mutant. The Grey character is pretty obvious by now. They showed us green in the trailer, but we know it'll be grey in the movie. Jim Grey is probably in the hands of Damage Control, and Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, will free him. Daredevil, as with the last film, has been edited out of the footage for marketing purposes, but one thing's for sure, this might just be one of Tom Holland's best and most personal films. Write those in the comments too, and don't forget to subscribe. This was MACROICE. Goodbye until the next video.